Hi, great. I think I am live once again. If you're watching this live, great. If you're watching this on replay, make sure that you drop in your comments or any questions that you have. I am going to be introducing you to my um, framework today, and I'm going to be answering any questions that you might be having. Right? So let's get started. Give me a second. Okay. Okay, I hope. Oh, yeah, I'm just trying to get this sorted. Yeah. Okay, I hope you're able to see my screen. I am just going to check once before I start here. So, this framework is called Peaceful Mind, Healthy Body. And I have developed this framework over a period of 6 years to be exact. I have been um, coaching for the last now 6 years, and I am, sort of, I've been refining it over the years. And this is something that I have honed, and I'm just going to sort of take you through it so that you get a sense of what this is all about. Okay, I am just going to get the hang of the technology. Just give me a second, which is why it's taking time. Yeah, I think we are fine. So I just want to change this. Yeah, perfect. So it's a three-pillar framework that I have noted, that I have mentioned. The first pillar is called simplify. It's about simplifying the whole health creation process. I know that what happens often is that in a complex disease like autoimmune conditions or some such similar chronic health issues, it can become really overwhelming. The whole scenario of where to start, what to do first, what to eat, what not to eat. So I help to sort of simplify this whole process, and I'll give you some examples as we go along. So this is where I will start, so that you're able to figure out what is the first step you need to take, what is the next step, what is the step after that. This is what makes this such a unique framework and a program. The second pillar is connect. And the reason that I have chosen connect as my second pillar is it's very hard to see the connections between what we are eating, what we are doing, our health symptoms, the daily choices that we are making, whether we are moving our body or not, what kind of foods are we consuming. It's hard to connect these dots, right? And it's also even harder to figure out what is the interconnectedness at play between our, maybe 200 symptoms that are there, and our gut and our brain. So it's really hard to see all these connections. So what I do for my clients, what I do for is to just make it easier to understand and to help them to connect these dots, so they finally understand that this is how it all started when they in their childhood. This is what happened, and this led to this. Maybe it was antibiotic usage that eventually led to gut dysbiosis over a long period of time, which then led to enhanced intestinal permeability, which is one of the three contributing factors to autoimmunity, right? So this is a big thing, a big area of focus. And but last not the least, I find this is one pillar, sustain, which is often not really focused on at all. If I were to talk about one thing that sort of gets missed, even in the realm of functional medicine, I would say sustain is that part of it, because my whole objective of working with my clients is to make sure that they not only get well, but they also stay well, right? So the sustainability is at the root, at the core of my programs. Is, that's how I work, so that once they stop working with me, they are able to sustain whatever changes that they see. They're able to sustain all their health improvements and outcomes, right? So simplify, connect, and sustain are the three pillars. However, there are some overarching themes that run through this framework and run through the entire 6 month program, which is called healing from within. So this is what I am taking you through. And in fact, what happens when you bring all this together, right? Even when you start by getting an overview, getting a grasp of what's going on, that is when you realize that, this is my client actually, Nidhi, and she realized that the connection between her gut and all the rest of the, issues with her body, right? So that was when she connected. So giving and just making sure that my clients can actually understand, can apprehend what's going on and what they need to focus on. Why do they need to do this first and then this second? So this sense of awareness is key here. And of course, the approach that I teach my clients to take inside my program is to listen to their body and allow their body to guide them, which is why Nidhi has mentioned that start looking within and listening to my body is one of my biggest learnings, right? Because when you start listening to your body, then you're actually guided by your body, and you typically will not make that kind of mistake, or even if you are sort of go off track, you're able to come back on track, right? So that is the beauty of using your body as your guide. So coming back to the framework. So, in the overlapping theme of simplify and connect, we have interconnectedness, and in between connect and sustain, we have body acceptance. Right? These are the two other overarching themes. Interconnectedness is about figuring out, simplifying the process, and connecting all the dots for my clients, so that my clients know exactly what's going on and what has been leading to what, and so that they know that what they need to focus on. And body acceptance, as I mentioned, is about actually figuring out what your body needs, but starting with how your body is today and how can you accept your body as it is right now, right? There are many things that you want to change about your body, but starting with the acceptance is key to seeing health improvements. And the third part is self-care. Again, this I find is a big missing piece of the entire puzzle, and it forms a big part of the sustain part of the program, because not knowing how to sort of sustain your health improvements, the behavioral changes that you have seen is, will lead you back to square one, right? So you've made all these changes, you've seen all these improvements, and then again you've gone back to square one, simply because you don't have some kind of toolkit in place to help you stay on track even after you stop working with me, or even if you're working with someone else and you are not seeing those improvements over long periods of time, right? So this is where self-care comes into the picture. And again, this is what Kavita had to say, and this she's talking about self-care, because it's okay to be selfish sometimes. As women, we think of it as selfishness, but it's actually it's something which is a necessity, not a luxury. And again, knowing about what the triggers are, becoming more about the active role that you can play, like she did in her self-care, can make a huge difference, right? This is what helps our body to helps us to continue on the path to healing and recovery, right? And it motivates us, and it keeps us going even when things go up and down. So, in within the bucket of interconnectedness, there are three different areas that we focus on. One is find the connections. Again, this is the part where we actually go through, what are the possible connections? What is the connection between gut health and low iron levels and thyroid, and then thyroid to low stomach acid production. So this is the connection there. So finding the connections, removing the triggers, right? What are the different things that you may be consuming? You may be slathering on your body in case of personal care products. What are the things that are triggering an immune response, right? This typically I'm talking about in the case of autoimmune conditions, but it can be different kind of health issues. So what are the triggers that need to be remove, maybe it's your migraine, so maybe it's a coffee or the chocolate, so high histamine food. So what are the triggers that are at play here? So removing that plays a key role, and of course laying the foundation. So once we understand all of this, laying the foundation will mean different things like eating hygiene, sleeping hygiene, focusing on sleep, taking adequate rest, taking adequate breaks during the day, especially if you're feeling fatigued. So all of these form a part of laying a foundation that has to be done at the beginning. It cannot be done towards the end, right? So getting all of this in place is an important part. And this is a case study of a client that I worked with a couple of years ago. And she came to me with severe health issues, multiple autoimmune diagnosis, and but her biggest problem was her chronic diarrhea and constant pain. And she was on every couple of weeks she was on antibiotics and steroids, and that stopped after 7 years, right? And that's only because we were able to slowly but surely work on her gut health, work on laying strong foundations, figure out what are the connections, possible connections, and then remove the triggers. In her case, it was onion, but it took us time. It took us time to, it's not always easy to figure that out, but it can be done. And of course, her energy levels improved, and she started focusing on her work, and she regained her confidence in herself. And in fact, that's what she said, that in her body's ability to heal, she had lost all that confidence, and that helped her to continue on her path, right? It was a very rewarding moment when she realized that. And she's still off, she does still till date doesn't have diarrhea, so it was, that itself was its own reward, right? So the second part of the second theme of body acceptance again is a very important one. Once we have done all the groundwork, we and a lot of this happens simultaneously. It's not it's not that we are doing first this and then this. A lot of it keeps happening simultaneously depending on the client. It is also of course customized. But the second part is moving beyond symptom management, because once we understand that we accept what's going on in our bodies, and then we of course we know what our symptoms are, and I track it with the help of medical symptoms questionnaire. There's so many symptoms that typically my clients come to me with, on an average 100 symptoms or maybe 200 symptoms. And going beyond symptom management is what we aim for, right? Which is addressing the root causes, which is what figuring out what else is at play. And of course, another key part of supporting your body is providing nourishment. And it's not only nourishment in the form of food, but it can be also in the form of something like I call vitamin J, which is joy, gratitude. So all this also forms a part of it. Primarily, here we're talking about food. And last but not the least, making your body your friend. Developing a healthy relationship with your body is key here to not only get well but stay well. Because you're doing what you are then doing is you're allowing yourself to be guided by your body. You're listening to your body's inner wisdom. It's an inner guidance mechanism that is already there, and something that we had access to as children. As very young children, we are naturally tuned into our bodies, how we are feeling, whether we are feeling lethargic, energetic, what's going on. We are naturally tuned into all of that, and we actually stop doing that as we grow older. So this is a place where we again sort of start doing that all over again. And in fact, this is what Ananya had to say. She came to me with severe health issues, including skin, that she had a better understanding how a body worked, right? What makes it react, and how to be in sync with it. That's what I mean by making your body your friend, right? So it's about addressing any chronic disorder in a very holistic manner. And because there are no side effects of it, right? There are no negative effects. And again, the changes are lifelong. That's again what I come back to again and again. When you work on your healing journey in this manner, when you embark on your healing journey in this manner, it is typically lifelong. The last part of this framework is, of course, the bucket under self-care, which is about increasing awareness. And that happens gradually over a period of time. As we do all the other things that I've been talking about, your awareness about your own body, about your own self, about your own thoughts, your mindset, the way you're approaching this, all of this will gradually improve, right? It will happen so gradually you'll not even realize it. It's about feeling your emotions. There is an element of emotional regulation at play. We use positive psychology in functional medicine health coaching, which is about not only, of course, figuring out what's going wrong, what's wrong with your body, with your health, but also focusing on what's right with your body right now. That's what keeps you going. That's what keeps you motivated. And all of this, actually feeling what you're feeling in your body, starting with your body is always the easiest point. Feeling your emotions helps you to develop emotional resiliency so that when challenges come your way, you are able to cope with it much better. And of course, all of this helps you to also understand what you need to prioritize, right? So again, as I mentioned, they are all overlapping. So we start working on a lot of these areas, but they play self-care, body acceptance, interconnectedness. They all start almost simultaneously. But yeah, but there is a method to this madness, right? So prioritizing what matters is something that I teach my clients, that this is what you need to do first, this is second. And of course, this is like a partnering. This is, I'm a partner, I'm an accountability buddy. So it's not what I think is best for you, it is what what kind of feedback you give me, what are the areas that you want to focus on, what issues that you're going through. So it's like a partnership that we have. So again, another case study is this client Dipanita. She actually had a lot of anxiety before she joined, multiple health issues. So she moved from feeling worried, anxious to feeling in control of her health. A lot of feeling your emotions come to play here. Helps, as I said, building emotional resiliency. She realized how to value herself so that she could make the changes. Sometimes we don't even feel that we are worth taking the time out for the effort for, right, as women. So that is actually lack of self-worth, low self-esteem. So that sort of changed for her, and she found ways to reduce her pain. So addressing root causes, of course, is important, but self-compassion, mindfulness helps in this manner. So this is open right now, but if you're watching this on replay, this um, Healing from Within might have already closed for enrollment and will be opening again in the future. But I will be giving you a link after this, and you can schedule a call. Actually, you can head to aninditaroonta.com/call and schedule a free discovery call at any point in time. Uh, this is the framework that I use in my 6 month coaching program, and I invite you to take advantage of this opportunity. If you're not able to do that now, then you can actually join our Facebook group as well. It's you're already here, or as I said, you can schedule a free call with me at aninitarunta.com/call. So ask yourself, what price are you paying by choosing not to change, right? By choosing not to put in the time and the effort and the commitment that is necessary to change your lifestyle, change your diet. And here you're getting a perfect opportunity for somebody to guide you along the process. You don't have to do it alone. What dreams are you giving up on, right? What are the things that you had always dreamed that you would be doing, and what do you feel this disease has taken from you in a way, but what can you get back, of course? And when was the last time you felt vibrant and healthy? I asked this question actually for those who schedule a call, and it's really sad because a lot of times they say it's 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So I want you to sort of get into that mood as to what have you lost out on, and it can stop today, it can stop right here, right? You don't have to live like this anymore, because the rest of your life is waiting for you. The real question is, are you ready for it? If you are ready, you can sign up for this coaching program. It's open till the 15th. If you're watching this on replay, then you can still schedule a pre-discovery call with me at anindita.com/call. You can follow me on Instagram at anindita at the rate Anindita Runta, ANINDITARUNGTA, because you have the power to change your story. Right? You are planting seeds for a new story. You have told yourself that, this is how it is going to be. Things are not going to change. You have to live with this. That's not true. As you can see, all these women have completely turned around their lives in so many different ways. In fact, there is another client who became a health coach. She got married. She became a health coach in the process. She had multiple health issues, including an autoimmune condition. So you can change your story, and I'm planting the seed for a new story, for it to sprout. And it's going to take a bit of time, it's going to take a bit of effort, but you have in front of you an opportunity to do that, partner with me. And because this is a story which is filled with hope, possibilities, and happiness, and I'm here to partner with you. If you have any questions, then you can do that. And if you need any support, I think the email address is wrong here, but otherwise, Anindita@anindita.com. You can write to me there, or you can also follow me on Instagram @Anindita. So I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, so that was the framework that I wanted to share with you today. If you're watching this on replay and if you have any questions, put it in the comment section below and I'll be sure to get back to you. But typically, some of the questions that that I'm asked when I present this is that, is it really possible to reverse autoimmune conditions, right? And the answer is yes. And I have given you a lot of examples of women who have done that. And it's not just my clients, people all over the world. There are many such resources and examples and real life stories that can give you that kind of hope that it is possible to reverse autoimmune conditions. Another question that I get asked very often is that, I have tried this, I have gone on a paleo diet, I have done gluten elimination, I have not seen any difference. Does it really work, or I have to just be on medications? And the answer is that the elimination part is just the first step, so most people just get stuck there. In fact, what we in functional medicine we say that the gut healing process is a 5-step process, and the first step is remove those foods, gluten, dairy, etc. So if you are just on the first step, of course, you will not see the kind of results that you were hoping to see. But it's an important first step. So I guide my clients through the rest of all the steps. So that's where you are. So you can certainly see a huge improvement, if not almost complete reversal. It depends on client to client. Again, another question is typically that what kind of improvements can I see, what kind of time frame. Improvement will depend on what kind of situation, what kind of damage has there been, how long has it been going on, because that's connected to the kind of damage that you're there's tissue damage. So it depends on person to person, so it's hard to say, but improvements are certainly possible, and a lot of the symptoms can be reversed, as I shared examples with you, real life examples with you, right? So there's huge improvements in the quality of life as your energy level goes up, as your pain levels go down, fatigue goes down. So there's a complete change in your lifestyle, in the quality of your life. You're able to play with your child. You're able to follow your dreams, do whatever. So many things that you had to let go of, you can actually get back. So that's I would say is worth taking the time and be putting in the effort to do that. Yeah, I think these are the questions that I wanted to answer. This is what I wanted to share today. If you are watching this on replay and have any questions, make sure that you put it in the comments below, and I will be getting back to you soon.